Sodus Bay was, the Indians named it Silver Waters. And whether it's the moon or the sun, when there's just a gentle ripple in the water, it truly is silver waters. That's the most fun time to be looking at the water or out on the water for me.
My view is to the east of, I can see the pier, and to the west, I see the old lighthouse. And it is absolutely stunning all year long, 365 days of the year. In 2017 and 2019, we had high water.
As the winds came up on the lake, it pushed water over that beach.
And the water just washed right up over the beach and right up to my deck. And I felt like my house was floating in Lake Ontario.
And we had these giant bladders of and sandbags all up and down the beach. It just wasn't even accessible. I mean, so it was pretty bad.
Around 17, 18, rock started to be used instead of steel. It's just as ugly, even though it's, I guess, more natural, but it's still a hardened shoreline. And when we realized we needed to do something with the beach, that just wasn't the right answer.
I was very interested in this whole living shoreline. I had attended a workshop where I met many of the people from another project on Lake Ontario. And so there was, when we started to talk about what types of projects we wanted to put forth to protect the community, I just knew that this beach restoration project would work for us in Sodus Point.
This resiliency project really meant a lot to me because we didn't have any protection for the houses for the homes and the cottages along the beachfront. There was no protection. It was flat beach straight to the water. So when this project was introduced, it gave us all a great deal of hope that we could at least fight the high water.
One of our residents had worked with a consultant, Tom Hart, earlier in her career, who at one point in time was an employee of the New York State DEC. So we called him, and he came out and suggested that we build these beach dunes. So he really became our technical consultant. He planned the project out.
And we planted 13,000 plants in the fall, I think, and then I think we planted 15,000 in the spring. So it was amazing, and the people that don't even live along the beach helped.
We worked with the Department of Environmental Conservation, the DEC, the county, the village of Sodus Point, and then most importantly, members of the community, because they really bought into this. This is not the way it was going to go at first, trust me. It was a lot of objections and concerns that sand wouldn't work on the beach. So it worked. We did it. It's fabulous.
Now that it's done, it's just stunning. It's stunning the way it looks. It changed the entire atmosphere of the beach.
I mean, not only did we protect our community, but we also have a wonderful view that's right behind me every single day.
My kids want to keep this place going, and they want to keep it for their children and then their grandchildren, because it's just so beautiful here. It's just, there's no place like it.
I'd like to thank the American Shore and Beach Preservation Association for this award. We are honored to receive such a great award with so many other fantastic beaches around the country. I'd also like to thank New York State for funding this project with us and making projects like this possible after the high water events that we had. I need to thank Tom Hart, who was our consultant on the project. He's been incredibly fun to work with. He's done a great job. And he's not part of a big firm, so it didn't cost us a fortune. He's made a lot of friends in Sodus Point as a result. I also need to thank Maxine Appleby and Lori Hayden, two of our residents who are very instrumental in making this project happen.
I'm Lori Hayden, and I thank you very much for this award.
Thank you so much. It just means a lot to me, from being involved in this from the early days of standing at the end of the pier with a few people that were interested in this project, looking back and going, we're going to do this. And we did.